So, I refuse to be godfather for my best friend's baby. Let me tell you why though, I promise it's pretty crazy. So, I'm a 26-year-old male. My best friend Derek is also 26. We've been best friends since we've been 8 years old. Due to some family issues, he lived with my family during high school and college. My parents call him their bonus kid, and we're basically brothers at this point. So I really don't trust his girlfriend of 3 years, Nicole. She has always just given me bad vibes. She lies about little things for no reason. Unfortunately, her and Derek have a lot of similar experiences and hobbies. And let me just tell ya, he's head over heels for her. I've always been respectful to her, but I'm looking out for my boy Derek. My girlfriend thinks he's blind with love. So, Nicole's now 8 months pregnant. Derek comes to me asking me to be the godfather / legal guardian. Derek works a dangerous job, so it would not be crazy for something to happen to him. Nicole was on board with this too. I told him I would do that as long as he gets a DNA test done first. He was shocked, asked me why. About 7 months ago, Derek and Nicole broke up for a couple days. She claimed nothing happened with anyone else, that she just sat home and cried. But why not make sure? Why would it be an issue if she has nothing to hide? My biggest reason is what Nicole did with her sister. So Nicole's sister had a kid, claimed her boyfriend was the dad, he wasn't, and she knew he wasn't. Nicole lied straight to her sister's boyfriend for years. Nicole knew the whole time that her niece was not his kid. Everything came out eventually. Dude left and Nicole blamed the ex-boyfriend for, quote, not loving his kids regardless. I told her that it wasn't his kid and she knew it. When I called Nicole out, she said it wasn't her place to tell him. Ever since, I've kept her at arm's length and would rather Derek break up with her. Me and Derek have had deep talks about that, but he just defends Nicole's actions. I asked him straight up if the kid wasn't his, would he stick around? He said no. Hence me pushing for a DNA test. Derek blew up at me, saying I was forcing him into something he doesn't want. I said sorry, I'm not helping raise someone other dude's kid. And that if this DNA test is such an issue, pick someone else to be the godfather. And he can just tell Nicole I'm the one pushing for this, and the blame can be on me. My parents are calling me an a-hole. My girlfriend agrees that every kid should be given a DNA test at the hospital, just to avoid birth issues. And we don't understand why that isn't a law. She's on my side with everything. Am I the a-hole? Edit, after showing Derek this post and the responses, he's going to get a blood test tonight right now. Nicole isn't fighting him that hard, it sounds like. Okay guys, Mr. Reddito here. There's a small update for this story. Before we check it out, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We post every single day, and it does help out if you click that subscribe button. Here's your update. Just wanted to provide an update because people were asking. So, Derek takes Nicole to the hospital for the blood test to establish parenthood. As the nurse is getting ready to do the test, Nicole freaks out, saying she hates needles. The nurses and Derek calm her down. Derek takes her home. This is when he found out the truth. So, Nicole finally admits that she did sleep with another guy during their breakup, and wasn't sure who the father was. She admitted to sleeping with him multiple times, so she went behind Derek's back and already got a blood test with the other guy to make sure. He didn't match, so the child is 100% Derek's. Obviously, Derek is distraught and embarrassed. He actually knows the other guy Nicole slept with, and is kinda humiliated about the whole ordeal. So he's moving in with me for a little bit till he figures stuff out. He's done with Nicole, and does not plan to be in the child's life at all. He told Nicole this and she's all upset about it, but it's her issue now, not Derek's. Derek's refusing to co-parent with a pathological liar and does not want to be chained to her for the rest of his life. He told her to get an abortion if she wants because he won't be involved. From the sounds of it, Nicole is not going to pursue child support. But Derek said he would pay if he has to. But just isn't going to be involved all at much. So maybe a happy ending for some and maybe not. But my only advice is that everyone should get a DNA test because, well, you never know what someone's lying about. I'm glad I pushed for this because the truth might have never came out. The comment section is going crazy with this one, guys. They're going back and forth, arguing, taking sides, claiming, well, since the test came back that he is the father, he needs to step up and be a dad. Others are saying he has no obligation to be a father. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Let me know your thoughts on this, but let's read a comment. Comment number 1 says, if the other guy is the only one she slept with, and he's 100% not a father, then why did she freak out? Good question. Someone answers that and says, this people in this story are either the dumbest people in the country, or there's multiple guys, and she has ordered them by desirability. Top choice is not the dad. So if Derek is also not the dad, then last choice is now the father. Guys, that's an interesting thought. Let me know if you agree with that in the comment section down below. The next story we're going to turn our attention to does come complete with an update, and the title is, The Hiring Manager Where I'm Interviewing is Someone I Fired Last Year. I hired a girl over the summer. She did not make it through her probationary period. She came highly recommended by her references. She was a fast learner, had worked through a merger, and helped it go through seamlessly. I thought she was terrible at her job with my company and fired her on her 89th day. On her exit interview, she stated that she felt she's been poorly trained and that my temper made her worry about asking for further training, stating that I blew up on her when she asked for clarification on something a few weeks in. She then packed her things and left without as much as another word. I found out through a mutual friend the day she was fired, she was offered her job back with a $3 an hour raise and added responsibilities despite having quit just days into her 2-week notice. Well, my boss had to lay us all out because of recent events. When I called and got an interview, the woman we spoke to me that the hiring manager/trainer would be seeing me in the office, despite it being closed and everyone working remotely. I was given her name and I instantly felt sick. It was her. I did not realize the company changed their name since I'd seen the resume. Should I even go to the interview? I admit, I do have a pretty bad temper that she's witnessed within days of being hired, but I was great at my job. I know her company's desperately hiring workers to meet demand, and, well, I need the job. What's up, guys? Mr. Reddito here. This is a very interesting story. Some could say that this could be karma. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to jump directly into this update. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any further updates. Alright, I got a lot of good feedback and you guys are right. I did let my temper get the best of me in front of her on multiple occasions, and it does make me a bad boss. I went to her office unsure of what to expect. The door was locked when I got there, so I stood outside waiting. She came up behind me, said my name. She asked me if I was ready to interview. I just said yes. We sat down in her office and she pulled out her phone and started recording. She asked me if I mind being taped. I said no. She asked me basic interview questions, and then she asked me if there was anything that I knew I had to work on. I told her that my temper was an issue in the past, but then I have a sudden wake-up call about my temper, and that I was actively working on it. I apologized for leaving her hanging with training, and that I was glad to see she's in a better position. She told me that one of the things she learned was forgiveness. She left the company she was at and rehired to because they had wronged her during the merger. When she was offered the position back, it was with an apology, a raise, and now she's in a better position than she left. She said sometimes an apology can start you down the path toward something better. She told me that she's willing to hire me for a good wage because she knew I was good at a lot of things at my previous job. She said if I lost my temper during the trial period, it would be the end of it. But she was hopeful that it would not happen. She asked me if I could start Friday. Well, she started training me today, and I definitely realized I was the problem and why she did not succeed where I was. She's an absolute wonderful person at the job, with great client interaction. She should have been able to easily pick up the work I was throwing at her if she's been properly trained. I'm glad that she gave the company a second chance because she deserves everything they gave her. I hope to learn a lot from her and show her that she did not waste her time on me. So it's rare on this channel that we get a happy ending and karma at the same time. I'm glad that OP did get a chance, but at the same time, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think the interviewer should have kicked OP to the curb? Here's one of the comments. I mean, it's still kind of karma though. Imagine how smug she feels now. She's become the boss. OP has to swallow her pride and be the other woman's look down if she wants the job. That would be incredibly hard for a lot of people, and I love it. Alright guys, so I never really thought of it like that. I thought at first it wasn't enough karma, but now that I'm thinking, oh, how the roles have reversed, I think it kind of works out fittingly. We still have one more story to look at. My 27 female forced me into an open marriage and is now telling everyone I cheated on him. How do I prove my innocence? 2 years ago, my husband asked me if we could open our marriage. Married for 3 years together, for 5. When I said I wasn't comfortable with that, he said either we open our marriage or get a divorce. I didn't want a divorce, so I agreed to an open marriage. The next year was awful. He would flaunt all of the girls he was sleeping with in front of me. He would even bring them to our apartment to sleep with them while I was home. He even slept with my now ex-best friend Jane and tried to have a threesome with us. When I tried to voice my concerns, he dismissed them and said I had my chance to set rules when we first had the discussion. The only rule we had was we had to use protection, and I couldn't complain now. After the first year, I ended up confiding in my friend Anna. Anna and I have been friends since high school, but she never liked my husband, so we drifted after I got married. When I tried to hear her what was happening, she insisted I go back to work. My husband made me quit my job when we got married, despite the fact it had a higher earning potential than him, and we struggled with money since. Well, she ended up connecting me with her brother Leo, who's 30, who's the owner of a nice little company in the field I was planning to pursue a career in. After an informal interview, he offered me a job. My husband wasn't happy and kept insisting I quit. He even offered to close our marriage if I would just quit, but I did not want to be dependent on him again. So I refused. He threatened divorce, but by this point I was checked out of the relationship, so I didn't give a dang. About 8 months later, Anna offered to let me move in with her since her roommate was moving out. I took her up on the offer and filed for divorce. Her and Leo helped me move my stuff out when my husband was at work. My husband has now been telling my family and friends that I was having an affair with Leo this whole time. I wasn't, but most people believe him. Most of my friends are insisted that I go back to my husband and have made comments about how I was trying to socially climb by sleeping with Leo. They've been giving me a lot of lectures about how money isn't everything and sometimes you find a good man who loves you. You should not throw him away just because someone else can offer you more materialistic stuff. Jane, in particular, is very vocal about what that shit I'm in. Just for context, she used to like Leo back in high school, but he rejected her multiple times. So I think she's being specially vicious because she thinks something is really going on between us. I don't have any written proof about this whole open marriage fiasco, so I can't show them that. Is there any other way I can convince them I wasn't sleeping around? How can I stop letting the rumors he's spreading affect me? So this comment got so much attention, let me read it. Alright, you can't convince people that are already closed-minded. If you already told them your side and they refuse to believe it, then they're the type of people that you need to cut out of your life. There's always potential to firm new relationships. You tell them, quote, I have already told you my side of things. If you don't care to believe me, then that's on you. And your opinions on the matter, I couldn't care less. I know the truth and that's all that matters. Do not let anyone guilt trip you and do not feel pressured to go back to your husband. He's a jerk and you deserve better. Your primary concern now is your well-being and independency. In the future, do not let anyone you're in a relationship with force you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. You need to have standards and not put up with this crap. Well, it turns out so many people thought that was good advice, and they were just commenting left and right. So you drop your comments down below. What advice would you give OP in this rather sticky situation? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That's all the stories I have for you today. Just know, Mr. Reddito drops daily videos on this channel and Mr. Reddito Animated. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one.